Sure, I missed the explanation, but how did you grow up dirt poor, but also went to expensive private schools and were around super wealthy people? I did not grow up dirt poor. So what happened was I grew up from 0 to like 6, I think, okayly, like middle class, like solidly middle class, because both my parents were in the Air Force. And then from like 6 to 13, we were like upper middle class because my mom did daycare, where she made a fuck ton of money. My parents had my parents had bad spending habits, but from like 6 to like 13, I would say I was like upper middle class. But then what happened is my mom quit daycare because of a weird thing that happened with CPS, where she got scared that she was gonna lose her fucking kids. And then from there, we had no fucking money because my parents spent every fucking dollar they had. The reason why I was able to afford high school was because my high school had a program called work study, where basically what you would do is after school from, I think we got it at 2:15, from 2:15 to 5 o'clock every day, and then sometimes on weekends for 8-hour shifts, you could do janitorial work, and then the janitorial work you would do would pay off your tuition. We got paid $5.25 an hour back then for that. The good old days. The good old days of minimum wage. We had little time cards and fucking everything. So we punched in. Sometimes you'd have a friend punch in for you, and then you'd punch out. If you were late, Mitch, punch in for me. I'm coming down. That sounds corrupt as fuck. I mean, hey, listen, it was a really good high school. So in retrospect, I'm glad they had the opportunity. I guess it's a little weird to be working at 14 and 15 doing janitorial work for your school. But hey, fuck it, I don't care. I'm glad I got to go to that high school. I would do it again, 100%. I'll probably send my kid to a private high school. Although the high school he would go to now would be pretty good, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Got good at shit at cleaning too? No. In high school, you didn't learn shit about cleaning. It was just like a janitor would tell you, like, because we would vacuum all the rooms, we'd clean all the boards. Sometimes we would mop, or we would do floor buffer. But it wasn't even like the manly buffers. It was like the big machine ones. The manly buffers they're not even hard to use, but there's like, if I guess if you want to like a life tip, there's floor buffers that you use on the floor that are like, it's a handle and then one bar and it goes down. If anybody ever says, oh, hey, do you want to try this? And they give it to you, either don't do it or do it and throw it into the wall because they're being an asshole. They're trying to fuck you up. Because those requires a bit of skill to like handle it without it like flying to the side. But like the buffers we would use in school would just be the big machines. You didn't even have to know how to handle them. I don't think I learned shit about cleaning in high school. I learned a little bit when I did like carpet cleaning, but. Do you feel like you developed good work ethics from work study? Would you make Nathan do it if it developed something? I don't know. That shit sucked. Fuck. I don't think I'd make my kid do that. I just buy shit for him now. Destiny, you'll regret fucking men in the ass when you spend eternity impaled. Well, if I enjoy fucking and getting fucked in the ass, wouldn't that mean I'd like spending eternity impaled? Got him. Oh, I got him. Oh, I got him. Just saying, by your logic, bro. Yeah, I don't even like fucking girls in the ass, true. Did these types of streams almost get you banned in the early Twitch days? Just chatting all that? Oh yeah, that's true. If I turn on my stream and put it to Starcraft and just talk, because it wasn't a just chatting section, sometimes I would get sometimes I'd get banned from Twitch for a day, or they'd turn my stream up because you weren't allowed to just chat. Oh Jesus. Did you get a scholarship to the state school you went to? I did not get a scholarship because I was a lazy loser fucking student. The cutoff for scholarships for, I think, the University of Nebraska at Omaha, it was a 24 on the ACT and I think a 3.0 GPA, or was it 3.5? I think I had a 35 on the ACT, and I had like it was either a 2.9 or a 3.4 GPA. I was right underneath the GPA cutoff, and there was no excuse for me to be, except that I was a lazy loser fucking student. I should have had a full ride, but I didn't because I was lazy as fuck. 3.5 is pretty high for a minimum. No, that was a minimum for a full ride scholarship. I should have had it. I just sucked at school. I was such a horrible student. If all my classes would have been debates instead of exams, I probably would have done better. But You get a full ride for 3.5? First, it's a state school. It's UNO, bro. You were grinding since you were 14. How are you not a libertarian? Bro, I was the most libertarian in my fucking carpet cleaning days. It wasn't until I got rich that I realized how fucked life was for poor people. Did prep help you get into Creighton at all? No, I couldn't have afforded Creighton. It would have been so much in student loans and shit. I don't even know if I had the grades to get into Creighton. I'm not sure if they would have even accepted me, unless they really weighted all my AP classes and my standardized tests. I'm a good test taker. I can read well, but if you had a scholarship, do you think you would have finished and wouldn't have become a streamer? Maybe. If I had a scholarship, I probably wouldn't have been working as much. My life would have been way different. My marriage probably wouldn't have fallen apart. Maybe, probably not. My first wife was awesome. She's still awesome, actually, when I hung out with her. She's a cool person. My first marriage probably would have went differently. And then I wouldn't have had to work so much. I probably would have finished school. Maybe my casino job would have went better. Who knows? It's hard to say. Would you consider yourself a Creighton basketball fan? Fuck Creighton. Fuck basketball. Fuck no. Was the private school stuff actually better? It seems kind of cringe from a public school perspective. The thing is that like if you go to a private school, there's like a minimum guaranteed level of education you're probably going to have there. And public school kids are just fucking dumb as shit. No offense, but oh my god, there's a lot of fucking retarded fucking private school or public school kids. I felt like even when I talk to some people online, like I'll remember shit and people are like, oh my god, like how did you learn? I was like, bro, I learned this shit in high school. What the fuck are you talking about? So I don't know if like most people were like high school retarded or if I think my private education was just really good. Amen to Jesuits, dude. Zerka was right, dude. They're gonna run the world. Depends heavily on the area in both cases. There are shit private schools and obviously public school totally depends on neighborhood. Yeah, for sure. It's like my kid will go to a good public school if I send him to a public school, or he would go to a private school. I'm not sure. The segregation between the AP kids and the rest of the shaft was hilarious looking back at it in public school. It's the same in private school though, because like I took a ton of AP science, math, music theory, and English classes, but I didn't do any AP history. So I remember that like I go for my class, you see like the same students in all like the honors and AP classes. And then when I went to like I went to my normal history class because fuck A-push and fuck anything history. And oh my God, I would see all these kids that were part of my graduating class I'd never seen before. And it was just like, I remember my final exam for US history, normal, not honors, not AP, anything, just normal US history. My, the art teacher gave so little of a fuck. Everybody was like looking around at each other like 10 minutes in because we were all wondering, really? It was a 50 question final exam and the answer was A, and then for 2 it was B, then C, D, E, A, B, 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 C, D, E. Apparently it was our history teacher last year and he just did not give a fuck. And we were like, okay. I feel like giving your kid a hobby like music or sports so they can be really good at something from a really young age is worth it for them. I don't know. I wrestle with that. I tried to make Nathan do music, but then I felt like sad. Like I like playing piano. Like should I force him to do it? Maybe in retrospect I should have just said fuck you, do it. But then like I think to like all the kids in high school, dude, I knew so many amazing piano players in high school that as soon as they got to college they just quit. So many Asian girls that like are like can play amazing piano that once they got to college they quit completely. And I'm like I'm in my like piano proficiency class, like trying to like figure my shit out, and these fucking girls are like can do everything, and they don't care. They're like, oh, I stopped playing because my parents forced me. And I'm like, well, fuck you, kill yourself. I don't know, that I hated that. I got so jealous. Fuck them. So I don't know, maybe it wouldn't have mattered because apparently forcing all them to learn piano didn't like stick to them at all. So do you ever second guess multiple choice answers based on the order of previous ones? Bro, listen, okay? I'm about to talk a lot of shit. I don't know if this is true or not, so take everything I say as a grain of salt. I think that when you're a good test taker, every single test is kind of like an LSAT. Like, this might just be me being arrogant, but I'm fully convinced that if you're a good enough test taker, you should be able to get like a 65% on any test, just like understanding how tests are structured. Like, where you have like you've got like a general understanding of like the distribution of answers. You've got like a general understanding of like what the teacher's like. So like because sometimes like in some answers for some questions, even if it's the wrong answer to a particular question, the answer might contain the answer to like another question if it's a multiple choice thing. And like sometimes for an essay at the end, if you didn't study well with multiple choice questions in the beginning, you can kind of cobble together enough bullshit to get like at least 80% of the points on like an essay at the end. Like if you're a good test taker, there's like a strategy like, okay, if I come in this shit and I read the test well enough, the cheat sheet is right in front of me. The really fucking bitch cunt teachers were the ones that would put multiple choice questions, and then for the answers would not only just be the wrong answer, but they would have fucking wrong information. Fuck those motherfuckers. It would be like, what is like the it would ask like what is like the correct ion for some shit, and then would write some ions, but like the ion formula would actually be fucking wrong for the ion itself. Like it wouldn't even make sense. Like, fuck you piece of shit. Some teachers were really good at writing really hard tests. I mentioned that before for my English class when we started doing, it was either the Odyssey or the Iliad, one of these god-awful fucking epics, where the teacher started, where I did like, it was like 2 quizzes in a row. I got a 0 out of 10 on both of them. And I'm like, bro, you just fucking railed my 16-year-old ass. I was not ready for it. And then the teacher gives an announcement and she's like, I noticed some of you are having trouble. And I just want you to know that when I write my tests, I read the Spark Notes first. So if you're only reading the Spark Notes, you're not gonna be able to pass my quizzes. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch. So I started reading the Spark Notes. I started reading the Spark Notes extended discussions. And then I also started reading Cliff Notes, and I started reading Cliff Notes extended discussions, okay? I'm pretty sure by the end of that class, I was reading more than if I would just read the actual text, but fuck that shit, okay? Just opening a book made me want to kill myself. So I read all the online shit, and I fucking aced those fucking classes. Bro, I got like fucking 30 credits from my AP English 3, AP English 4, and then all the dual enrollment credit I got for like journalism, reading, writing, all that shit. Fuck that teacher. Fuck you guys, okay? I'm on to your bullshit. You're not gonna make me ever open a goddamn book ever, okay? Well, this is we do spite-based studying over here. The real shit tests are the ones that don't let you go back after you submit an answer. Oh, we didn't do any digital testing. We weren't that technologically advanced yet. Do you prefer multiple choice to short response? Multiple choice, obviously. If you want to test for knowledge, you probably should do short response, but multiple choice are easier for me, easier for the teacher, so give me that Scantron form. Were you one of those kids that at the end of the test said, did you also get a shit ton of B's on the multiple choice? Oh yeah, maybe. Sometimes you go back and you reevaluate, you'll like do your whole test, it's A, B, C, D, but like 50% of your answers are B's, and then you got to go back and you got to reevaluate all the ones that you did B. It's like, is this really the correct distribution of B's on this test? Would a teacher really fuck you with you that way? Would a teacher really fuck with you and have 4 B's in a row? No shot. So you'd like change like the second or third one, and be like, this can't be B. It's got to be A, C, or D. There's no shot. Fuck that. Did they ever tell you weren't allowed to use mechanical pencils? What was the point of that shit? I don't know. I really like the feel of number 1 pencils, I think. It was number 1. Was that the softer lead? And then the teachers always come by and say, like, you need a number 2. I was like, fuck you. This one feels nice. Number 1? Maybe it was number 3. What am I thinking of? There were softer lead pencils. I don't remember if it gets harder or softer as the numbers go up or down, but there were softer lead pencils. I thought 1s were softer. Maybe 3s were softer. But if you weren't using like a 2, they would like fuck you in the ass. Do you have pretty handwriting? No, my handwriting looks schizophrenic. I'm like the Unabomber. This is one of the things that I said where I wonder for girls when it comes to like when it comes to school if they do better because of their note taking. Bro, I wonder if I could. I bet my mom has. If I could ever open an old like fucking notebook, bro, it is actual schizo shit writing. You'll be like, what the fuck was this guy doing? And then you look at like girl notes, and it's like highlighted, perfect punctuation, perfect fucking calligraphy. They'll have like sections. I knew one girl that had like a little chapter part in the beginning, and she would put like little boxes around important concepts. I'm like, bro, you fucking serious? This is like a second textbook, motherfucker. You're lucky if I'll even open a highlighter for a fucking book. Holy shit. Fuck that shit. Did you do ADHD doodles all over? Yeah, that was a problem too, is I'd be writing words and then I'd start turning the words into like guns and people and like blowing shit up like stick figures. So then I'd go back to studying my shit and it would just be like, you know, I need to memorize the quadratic equation, but instead all I have is like a really cool explosion here and I don't even know what the fuck I'm reading anymore. Oh, dude, school failed me. It actually did. I could have been such a great student. I could have been a PhD doing studies, and school just failed me, dude. I was like a CD student. The only reason, CD's nuts, the only reason I made it out of school alive is because all of your AP tests are so heavily weighted. Like, I'm pretty sure my Calc 3 class was fucking double curved on some of the fucking tests. And I'm like, bro, fuck me, dude. Bucket. I don't care. Get me out of here. Get me out of school. I just want to play video games, okay? There has to have been some way to like leverage my brain to like, because I've done more work. Like some of these like studying, some of these like the outlines that I've done for some of my debates are like more impressive than my fucking anything I ever did in school ever. No shot you took Calc 3. Our last course for my senior year, it was Calc 3 Diffie Q. It was also a dual enrollment math course with the local college. And then my English shit was like 50 million fucking English. I don't even know how it was legal. I think my English 4 class counted for like, I'm trying to think of how many credits you needed for, I want to say my English 4 class literally counted for 12 credits. It was insane how much, but this is like sick private school shit. Because it was like you did AP English 4, which was either, I think it was just one. I think AP English 4 was a 2-semester thing, or it was 2 different semesters. And then it counted as like a writing class, it counted as a reading class, it counted as so much shit for this one course. I was like fucking, there's no way it was 12 credits. It couldn't have been 12 credits. All I know is I was a few credits short of going into college as a sophomore. Like, I think if I would have taken 1 or 2 more AP classes, I think I would have been a sophomore going into college. But they pulled me out of my AP Psych exam because my parents didn't pay the $75 fucking AP test fee. I took that whole class for nothing. I was sitting in the classroom ready to take my AP Psych exam, all excited to get my college credits, and I think it was the dean showed up and he pulled me out of my class and he was like, your parents didn't pay. I think it was a $75 fee for the, no offense, I love mom and dad, I'm sorry, for my AP exam, and I couldn't take it. Did you take algebra in middle school? Yeah, there was I'm pretty sure you were fast tracked for math and algebra as early as, I want to say 5th grade is probably when you started to take algebra. But then I got into a big argument with you guys over when do you do like crazy exponent shit, and apparently it was different for everybody, so I don't fucking know. No shot what? We must have, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think of the path of my, not when I say middle school, I mean like, did I say 6th? It would have been 7th and 8th grade probably. All I remember, my freshman year of high school, the math book that we used was called College Algebra. I remember that. And then I think it was, it might have been pre-calc in the summer, and then AB or B, I think AB, my sophomore year? Or it might have been pre-calc trig and AB. I don't remember. The way that, I don't remember. All the math courses, all the English courses were, it's like so much fucking shit. You know what it really was? It was me here and your mom here. Like that. Milkers.
While Sneaker was watching.
Yeah, true. You probably took geometry? I don't think I ever took an actual geometry class. I think geometry was either part of trig or it was before Calc 1, I think. But that was like a quarter, because they had to because to take a lot of math in high school, you have to speed through like a lot of shit. I don't think you could do a full semester of, geometry and still have time to get to get through like calculus Diffie Q by your senior year. I don't think you could do it. Oh, right. You take geometry before algebra 2? Oh, maybe. I don't fucking remember. I'm trying to think if we took, did I take geometry in grade school? I feel like I didn't take a geometry class. I feel like it was like either a quarter or part of another class, but I could be wrong. Do you remember Diffie Q? I don't remember any math. I can barely, I remember like some of the integral and derivation shortcuts, but like, no. I wanted to.
What was my favorite?
What?
Algebra.
Does that mean good boobs?
Algebra.
What? Oh, algebra? Algebra? Is that what you guys call it? Really? You call it algebra?
Algebra.
No shot.
We do.
You also call high school gymnasium, I think.
Gymnasium.
Yeah. Okay, be careful.
Kiss.
Be careful.
Female mouse.
Regardless, what's the derivative of x squared? I have no idea. It's either 2x, that's probably the integral, or it's to do x squared. It's like oh god, hold on. Let me think. I can go the other way. To do x squared, the derivative of x squared. Is it like 1/3 x cubed? Because isn't the shortcut that you bring the 3 down, you bring the exponent, you multiply it by the thing? Or am I totally off? I don't remember. I think you did integral. That's the integral. One of them is this, and then I think one of them is this. Or wait, over 3. I don't remember which is which. I think. You missed the plus C? Oh yeah, because you have your constants as well. I was above that. We didn't have constants anywhere in calc ever. We didn't work with numbers. We only used letters for everything. I don't know.